Anyway, you were saying about your comic there. Sorry.
Well, anyway, he got all ticked off because this girl that he liked, we've already gone in about that, was seeing some other guy, and it kind of ticked him off because they only just met, and it was like kind of a blow because he thought he had a chance with her. He's like, I want to take some revenge. I feel powerless. I want to take some revenge. And it's like, let's make a comic series where she's this really slutty woman who's like got all sorts of things wrong with her crotch, that sort of thing, and we'll have the guy be this Cro-Magnon who's barely evolved. He sounds something like this, and he wanted to call the guy like Swamp Thing or something, but we thought let's call him Swampy instead, and the girl's name would be like Lava Girl, and that's girl spelled Gurl. I think it was like her AIM name at the time or something like that. And we called the comic The Misadventures of Swampy and Lava Girl in 3D as a kind of an homage to a movie with a title that long. Well, anyway, I made one comic, and it's like it went like this. It's like the girl is like, even though I only just met you 2 days ago and know absolutely nothing about you, I still want to jump your bones. Then in the second panel, she's kneeled down, and she's got like this little tube of lipstick in her hand, and she's like, now I'm going to F over my friend by bending down and sucking your nasty, and you know where that's going. And it's all censored, obviously. I start out everything. And then in the last panel, it's Swampy. He's got this stupid-looking, happy expression. He's like, Swampy, likey! Now, imagine this. In that same issue, I had a comic for Psych Ward, and it's up on Drunk Duck, called School Shootings Tour 2006.
Uh-oh.
Now, I didn't hear anything about that comic. But the crap hit the fan about the Swampy comic because it was based on real people, and this is where it gets crazy. Most of the people who complained were basically people that the two people in question knew, like people from like the same club and such. And it got so bad that I wasn't doing comics in the newspaper for a while because of it. They pretty much kicked me out for a couple of months because of it. And that's not
really.
That's not even the worst part. They kicked us both out, but anyway, the worst part is at the same time I was part of a campus radio station club at the same time, and this person was, well, she hadn't been a member for quite a while. She hadn't really done anything, but she knew people there, and they kicked us out of there. And it had nothing to do with them whatsoever. Nothing.
And they also called the FBI and tried to say that it was a terrorist plot.
Yeah. I wouldn't be too shocked if they tried that. They actually tried going to the chancellor about this. This I'm serious about. They actually tried to go to the chancellor or the dean of students about this.
Did they try to say he was unstable?
Oh, they had no case. They had no case. It wasn't slander because we didn't mention the actual names of the people weren't ever mentioned. I mean, the drawings were like they barely looked like them because I wasn't quite as good as I am now. I was a lot worse than I am now. And it's like this was an example of political correctness gone rampant, and it just started an avalanche of stuff. And the station manager at the radio station, he pretty much lied through his teeth about the reason why he wanted to get rid of us, like kick us out of there for a while. It's like the dean of students marched down here, and he was all pissed off and everything. And then we found out later on that was not true. The dean of students was not even at the school at the time. He was out of state. So it's like he lied through his teeth. And at the time, I kind of trusted the station manager guy a bit because, he was kind of my friend. He kind of introduced me to some music and kind of got to know him. And doing that was kind of a betrayal. And it's like, screw you, man. That is low. That is low.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got one that'll top that. It didn't happen to me, but it happened to someone close to me. We had a murder. There was a murder in Bloomington.
Is he on the show right now?
No.
Okay.
No. It was
I'm just laughing. I didn't know where he was going with it.
It was a female. This is a true story. There was a murder in our town, and like everybody was freaked out about it. And the FBI actually came in, and I mean, were just tearing the town apart, trying to figure out who had done this. And this girl got in a fight with another girl, and the other girl actually called the FBI on her and said she was the one that did it. And the FBI actually came over and started a full-out investigation on her. You know, and it's like, this girl can't even get drunk and walk down her steps without almost killing herself. So you know she's not going to be ever capable of doing something like that. But, man, that is not funny, because people can do that, and they just assume, man, they're just on you and crawling into everything you got. So, you know, that's not funny. You got to be really careful when you start playing that revenge game. Because even if you're the one that calls on somebody else, you know, that can backfire and become false reporting, and then they can come after you. So you really don't want to get involved in any of those kind of revenge games like that where you bring in an official organization, because at that point, everybody's going to get, you know, that's bad for everyone. Oh, that's scary.
Baby and the bathwater.
Oh, man, that's the kind of thing where you just lie awake at night and just go, oh, man, you know, it would be so easy. You could do that to somebody and just really just destroy their life. You know, but at the same time, afterwards, when they find out that you just made that up, they're going to turn that around on you. So, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those scary things, and it's like you really got to be careful when you do stuff like that, because they will just come out of the woodwork and rip you apart. Boy, that was a fun segment of the show. We're so lighthearted here tonight on the Friday the 13th.
What is that? What is that commercial? You know, it has like the little star after it. You know, the more you know.
Exactly. See, like I said, we're a multi-educational show here. You know, kids, please don't try these revenge games at home.
Well, don't be dumb like us.
That's right. Well, we've got comics on Drunk Duck. I mean, that pretty much tells you our intelligence level.
It looks like I'm all out of questions. Roy, you got any questions you want to ask?
Spoiler question. What's coming up in the strip? What's going to happen? Tell us something that nobody else knows.
Oh, man, I have so many storylines. I could just go on all day about that, but I'll just stick it with a more recent one. And it's the story arc's already kind of started, so you kind of know where it's going. But let's just say something happens with Drennick and Lizette that's based on a true story. They, I might as well just say it. They break up.
Oh.
Drennick and Lizette break up.
I see it heading that way anyway. So.
Well, at least they'll stay away from that preteen pregnancy and.
Well, I'm having it, unlike my real life, I'm having it so that they still hang out and they're still friends and they still live in the same household, because the real story ain't quite as happy.
Yeah.
But I am thinking about bringing them back together, because you can't just keep them apart for too long. It's like they're like made for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are usually the worst relationships, aren't they?
Well, where did the names come from?
Well, that's a bit. What the hell? I'll talk about all that.